Thank you for viewing this training on the Nevada Out of School Time Program Quality Standards. This video will concentrate on Category 2, Health, Safety, and Security of the Physical Environment. It will also help you understand how to score your program on indicators within this category when using the Program Quality Assessment tool. Completing assessment takes time. Programs can choose how and when to complete. You can do an entire assessment in one go or choose the category with the highest priorities for your program. No matter how you choose to complete the assessment, doing it correctly will include 3 essential components: teamwork, observation and data collection methods, and family and youth engagement. Teamwork is key in your assessments. It is recommended that programs use a team approach when conducting self-assessments. Greater strides will be made when all involved parties contribute to the process and help shape a program's goals. The assessment team should include your entire after-school staff at all levels, families, participating youth, key stakeholders, and community partners. Additionally, you can also include other out-of-school time programs or mentors in the field. When discussing the tool, the value of program quality improvement should be emphasized, or rather, your why. Each team member needs the necessary time to conduct the self-assessment. Before observations occur, team members will need a copy of the Nevada After School Network's Program Quality Assessment tool, and time is needed to review and become familiar with the tool. During the observation, team members need necessary time to observe and conduct the self-assessment of the program standards to the best of their knowledge and experience. After observations are completed, the assessment team members should meet together to discuss their individual observations and agree on a consensus rating. During this time, you will decide on the top priorities for improvement. Goals for improvement can be developed and incorporated into a quality action plan. Make sure to set timelines and monitor the quality action plan to ensure your progress. Why is family engagement important? A common and mistakenly held view is that learning happens only in schools. Families support learners in pursuing interests and developing competencies, while schools and communities offer families the knowledge, skills, trust, and encouragement to do so. So how do we better engage families? Family engagement to promote children's learning and development has to keep the pace with a changing environment. Parents are engaging in a variety of previously unexplored pursuits. Some which include making digital books and joining family-friendly hacker spaces or online community spaces where people interested in computers, technology, and digital art can get together and learn more. It's important to engage and involve families from the moment they register the children in your program. Family engagement can look different from each family in your program, and there are many ways to ask for parent feedback. Be creative. Some of the more commonly used practices are parent surveys, focus groups, orientation meetings with parents on policies and procedures, forms and notes that parents can obtain at drop-off or pickup, and advisory board meetings. If you ask staff what their highest priority is for the youth in their care, you will most likely hear to keep them safe within the building and outdoors, as well as eliminating unsafe behaviors, like bullying. High-quality programs design and maintain their physical environment within the safety of participating youth, family, staff, and visitors in mind. Safety. Participating in after-school programs leads to increased adult supervision, which makes youth feel safer and reduces instances of being left unsupervised with peers out of school. It also means that younger children are supervised by their older siblings less often. Adult supervision that is based on developmental relationships promotes positive youth development, as it not only promotes personal safety and decreases risky behaviors such as smoking or substance use, but also creates an environment where young people learn better and are able to thrive. Providing a safe and healthy environment for youth is key for quality programs. In a healthy and safe environment, children are more likely to spend time in the program. As stated, high-quality programs design and maintain their physical environment with the safety of participating youth, families, staff, and visitors in mind. Indicators in this category provide specific guidelines to help programs develop written policies and procedures that are provided to staff and families that promote the well-being, safety, and security of staff, families, and youth. Indicators in this category focus on how out-of-school time programs can support health and well-being for all participants, staff, and families they may interact with in the program. Quality programs encourage and promote healthy practices for youth and staff. Wellness policies can be simple, with guidelines for snacks allowed to bring from home and a set amount of time for physical activity each day. They can also be complex, with specific and strict nutrition guidelines that denote what is available to provide for snacks versus meals. Evidence-based physical activity lesson plans that are scheduled for each day of the week, and education standards that are incorporated into the curriculum and activities the youth and families engage in. Most importantly, make sure you do what makes sense for your program. High-quality programs will have a policy that everyone is aware of, follows, and is shared with family members of participating youth. Let's look at an example between our two fictional case studies, the Busy Bees and the Honey Bears. The Busy Bees, which is scored as an operational level, may have a wellness policy regarding healthy snacks and meals, nutrition education, and physical activities, but this policy is not always followed. At this program, water is easily accessible, but youth or staff may not always be encouraged to stay hydrated or give enough time between activities to refill a water bottle or use the restroom. Meanwhile, the Honey Bears, in the excelling category, may have a wellness policy in place that's always followed and the staff are all aware of. Their staff model healthy habits and good nutrition choices. They encourage the youth to drink water. And there is ongoing training based on research nutrition and age-appropriate physical activities. Let's take a look at another potential example. In the Busy Bees program, staff as well as families receive information about their wonderful wellness policy, which is typically followed Monday through Wednesday. Thursdays are minimum days, which allows time for staff to set up an ice cream social after school. The staff often join the children for an ice cream sundae or root beer float. Fridays are movie days, so the outside yard is closed and children are offered candy, soda, and popcorn to enhance their experience at the movies. Water is always accessible, but often overlooked, especially at the end of the week when there is soda available. The Honey Bears program also has a wellness policy that is followed by families, children, and staff. All new staff and families are introduced to the wellness policy during orientation, and there are many training opportunities for parents and staff throughout the year. Honey Bears want their youth to be healthy bears so that they grow up big and strong. There are several fun physical activities that are offered to youth in the program, and they encourage them to drink lots of water. Staff also model healthy habits by only drinking water in front of the children and by encouraging the youth to join into the physical activities and games. For snack, the youth can either bring a healthy snack or the program provides supplemental snacks in case the youth forgot one or they don't have a healthy snack to eat. From these observations, it's easy to see where each program would fall on the scoring rubric in the self-assessment tool. Once your program has taken time to assess its current wellness policy and observe how it is being followed by youth and staff, an action plan can be developed to help elevate your program to the next level of quality, or help maintain the excellent quality level that you've worked so hard to achieve. An appropriate action plan for this indicator must include targeted professional development for staff. This includes taking time to learn about wellness policies in general, including the latest research and recommendation from experts, and how to successfully transition your program to a more rigorous policy, if appropriate. This also includes learning how to incorporate what staff have learned about nutrition and physical activity into the everyday curriculum and activities that are most appropriate for the youth you serve. While free play is great to help foster imagination, creative thinking, and problem-solving skills, Taking time to introduce youth to new forms of physical activity will give them more options on how to engage in healthy activities. For instance, say you incorporate yoga into new activities for the youth. And after 3 months of doing yoga every day, the youth have expressed that they're not really that into it. You would then get the youth feedback and see what other activities might be more appropriate than yoga. Not every activity that you try is going to work, and that's okay. Just be willing to be flexible and receive feedback. Larger programs that have wellness directors and dedicated nutrition staff can look into the feasibility of acquiring a Nevada-based or nationally accredited nutrition certification for working with youth. High-quality programs design and maintain their physical environment with the safety of participating youth, families, staff, and visitors in mind. Indicators in this category provide specific guidelines to help programs develop written policies and procedures that are provided to staff and families that promote the well-being, safety, and securities of staff, families, and youth. Indicator 2-B6 states that a program has health permits and other permits as required by local, state, and county agencies that are up to date, valid, and publicly displayed. Staff should be able to locate the permits if asked, and should be in plain view for everyone to see. It is a best practice for all staff to know that they exist and why they are important. Let's look at another example between our Busy Bees and our Honey Bears case studies. The operational Busy Bees have applications that have been submitted and permits have been issued. The excelling honeybees have also submitted their applications and have been issued permits. In addition to that, they also have renewal dates on appropriate staff calendars, and renewal applications are submitted in advance. And any possible issues are addressed immediately. The Busy Bees choose to have more of a focus on wellness curriculum and training for their strawberry staff. They stay up to date with their applications for health permits, but do not feel like it's necessary to educate staff on permits because they're there just to supervise children. The Honey Bears pride themselves in having up-to-date, valid, and publicly displayed health permits. Additionally, they train their gumdrop staff about the importance of having permits and the why behind each permit. They address all possible issues immediately so that they stay in compliance and always send in renewal applications in advance. For Indicator 2-B6, it is important to have a tracking system in place. This includes a list of all permits that are required in order to maintain compliance, a list of required staff trainings, as well as the due dates for each training for each individual staff member. In most programs, staff have different start dates, so they will have different due dates for required trainings. It is also crucial to have a tracking system for all of your permits, which includes the due date of all the requirements. You will want to look at this information on a regular basis, not just right before it's due, to ensure you are maintaining your requirements. For more information, feel free to check out a few of these additional resources to assist your program's quality improvement efforts in the area of health, safety, and security of the physical environment. Remember, we're here to help you. Reach out to us with any questions. We encourage you to follow us on social media for daily tips on out-of-school time activities, advocacy, and exciting news. Make sure to sign up for the newsletter to get the latest information on professional development, upcoming events, free resources, funding opportunities, and so much more. And as always, thank you for all that you do for Nevada's youth and taking the time to review the Nevada After School Network's program quality standards.